Hello, finally recording the first YouTube video for this YouTube channel actually. I was wondering what could be a better idea than actually doing a roundup of 2022, right? But then when I got to start searching the footage and everything, for making the video and making like a mashup of nice moments, things I've enjoyed, places I've been to, things I've learned, and even maybe workplace things. So I was really looking to get to it, but once I saw the amount of videos that I have to compile, I was very overwhelmed, and I was like, I won't be able to do this today at all, like or during this weekend. So I decided that let's take a work around, and that is maybe talking about top 5 things of this year and maybe the worst moments of this year as well. I don't think there is any way I can fit the whole year in a very short video. And like there are lots of moments I would like to cherish, there are lots of moments I like to relive, there are lots of moments in which I thought I wouldn't be able to get through this. There was a tough phase, and I met lots of great people in this year. From which I got to learn a lot of stuff. There were lots of bad people as well. Not bad people. No, I don't think anyone is supposed to be bad or something. It's just wrong people for me. Let's say it that way. And then there was lots of character development as well, especially in the recent months. So yeah, let's go. So for this video, I think we'll cover up this whole overview of the year 2022 rather, because I don't think I'll be able to go into the details, and even if I go into the details, I doubt the video will be like a short 8-10 minutes video, and considering the attention span of all of us, I'd like to make it a little brief. Yeah, here we go. Let's start with top 5 things that I really liked in 2022, and anything, it could be anything. So one of the top 5 things, like the first thing, let's say, it's a numbering. It's not like according to parity. So the first thing I would say that was great about 2022 was moving out of the house after COVID. So what COVID did was I was like very comfortable at home in a nice cocoon, just doing my work, thinking about nothing else, and doing all this content creation and being friends online with people. So there's no downside to it, to be honest, to that part, because it's very comfortable life. You can just chill and you can not socialize whenever you want, but it's very different when you move out, right? So moving out was a good decision, not a good not like a it wasn't a decision as such. I had to move out because of work, but I think it's one of the good things that happened to me, because once you get out of the house, you actually know how things work. You actually know that to keep the room clean, to keep the house clean, how things are supposed to go. You know how to kind of prioritize your things in the day. You know how to spend time with people when you're free, and when to prioritize yourself. Now that took me a while. I'm not saying that I was able to do it within months or something, but that took me a lot of time. In fact, right now is something I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, this is probably my routine, and this is probably how I should go about things as well. So yeah, lots of trial and error, lots of experimentation, lots of things to see, to go out to learn, lots of things to try. So moving out is one of the best things that could have happened, and it did happen in 2022. So let's go. Now, the second best thing that happened, not second best thing, but okay, yeah. Second thing that happened to me in 2022, which I liked, was meeting a lot of people in person. Now, the difference between the online part and offline part is online, this thing. realm, you can always show your like the best side, your sweet side, your witty side, your funny side. But in person, it's like you have to deal with a person the way you are right now. So like, let's say I'm very tired from a long day, then I'm coming back and I'm meeting someone. Of course, they won't see the complete sweet Bilwa. It will be like maybe 20% sweet, 20% hungry, 30% just in a grumpy mood right now that she wants to go home. But out of all that, like coming out of all that, you need to actually make a conversation with the person in front of you, and give the whole attention and listen to them. One of the things that you learn is conversing well. One of the things you learn is keeping your body gestures like friendly. Secondly, yeah, like, and then, okay, in COVID times, I went on Twitter. I met a lot of people on Twitter, and they became my friends. At first, they were online friends, of course, but then I met them in person, and it was even more of a different experience because you actually get to see them. You are like, oh my god, this is so exciting. We are finally talking. We are finally meeting. So that happened. I met like 4 or 5 people from Twitter this time, and it was great, really great. I loved the whole thing. And then later on, after a good whole break during COVID, I think I met my friends again. So it was nice reconnecting, hanging out, going on trips. So yeah, hanging out in person with people was the best thing that could have happened to me and this year. Now, I did mention trips in the previous point. So, this year was kind of full of good trips. In fact, the first trip that happened was a Varkala trip. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know everything about it because me and my friends, we literally spammed on the stories. We made reels as well. So, very, very wholesome trip, I must say, like 8 to 9 days. And Varkala, exploring cafes, going out every time. And the funny part was we were 14 people, right? But that didn't mean that, so what happens, like what you usually assume that if one big group goes, you decide that okay, they'll disperse into smaller groups, people who are close to each other, and then they'll hang out. But in this case, it was very different because 14 of us made sure that we were like hanging out for at least 1 or 2 meals per day. Like it was either brunch or it was either dinner at some really cool cafe. And I think it's awesome because whenever I go back and remember it, I'm like, oh my god, so many people can actually get along and have fun together, coordinate with dresses, coordinate with colors. I don't know what all we did. Like it's great talking about it and making me think about it also makes me kind of happy. So that was one of the great trips I had. Second trip is to Lonavala, and that was majorly for birthdays. And yeah, of course, you're in Pune, so where else do you go for a short trip? It's Lonavala. So yeah, that happened. It was kind of chill because most of the times we were in the pool doing nothing in the villa because for Lonavala you need like a private vehicle to commute everywhere. So we were just chilling in the house. The third trip I would like to talk about is the Bangalore one, and it was kind of awesome because I was planning not to go, and then I decided to surprise a few of my friends. One of them had their birthdays coming, so it was a great opportunity to surprise her and go and meet her after like 3 years or something. She was my roommate in VIT, so yeah, it was great catching up. And then I surprised one of the other close friends I have, and that was great too. So Bangalore was awesome. Bangalore is always awesome, not gonna lie. And then the fourth trip is to Chennai. Now, actually, we were going for convocation, but we decided to come back and hang out for a few days with again, we were like 7 to 8 people. We were hanging out in Chennai. We went places. Most of the time, we were working as well, but I think it was a great time overall. So these are my few of my good trips in this year, and I think I'm hoping to have more of them in the next year. Now, yeah, so one of the good things that happened is trips as well. Now, going to the fourth thing that happened in this year was my newsletter. I mean, yeah, being a content creator, of course, you would like to talk about what happened in your content creation journey. So newsletter is one of the great things that happened to me because usually I was so confined to writing very formally. Like even on Medium, I wrote like technical blogs, nothing personal. But in this newsletter, I was able to pour my heart out and write about things that have been going through, and maybe write few of my learnings, give some of the updates that have been happening in the life. So yeah, so if you feel like I'm not giving out more details over here, you can definitely check out my newsletter. And yeah, so maybe read through it, you'll get to know a lot of stuff that happened in the past few months. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the fifth good thing that happened was starting this YouTube channel altogether, because as a content creator, during the start of the year, I was feeling like I'm falling short of content to post on that channel as well as on the other platforms. So starting one of this personal YouTube channel, I think it's a great deal because I can just post anything I want to, not anything of course, but like any theme of content which I have spoken about in the introduction of this YouTube channel. So I've been I was thinking about starting this for a very long time, but now I'm like, I have started it and I think it's the greatest decision I could ever take, and now I just have to focus on being consistent about it. So yeah, that's pretty much about the YouTube channel. So these are the 5 things that were great in this year 2022, and I'm very glad all of this happened. Yeah. So let's move on to the sadder part. Not the sadder. In fact, I would say the real part of it, because on social media we tend to post like all the happy stuff. What about the crying videos? But I don't like taking videos when I'm crying, sorry. So let's talk about top 3 things that I regretted this year 2022. The thing is, yesterday one of my close friends asked me this question: the top 3 things I regret. So I got to thinking, and then I was like, what should I say? And then I actually remembered, and then I contemplated. So getting to it, my first regret was not paying enough attention to my health and lifestyle. So moving out is a great thing, but the kind of food you eat, the kind of sleep cycle you have, the kind of routine you get into, that is not fixed. You are just like, oh, I'm out of the house, I finally can do anything I want. But yeah, one of the things that happened was I got COVID in the beginning of the year, and then later on I was not very focused on getting enough nutrients intake. Now what COVID does, it makes you weak in terms of everything, even it gives you iron deficiency. I realized that later on. So later on I was supposed to eat more healthier stuff, maybe take my vitamins right and everything, but that didn't happen, so it had effects later on. But we are now great. But I'm just saying, if I had paid more attention to how I'm eating, how I'm sleeping, then maybe things would have been better. But no regrets after all, because I finally realized what it takes. And yeah, so that's one of the regrets. Then the second regret would be not setting enough boundaries when it came to maybe not setting enough boundaries in the sense not like giving your space to people in a way that it affects you and you don't realize that it's affecting you. So that takes up a lot of toll on your mental health sometimes. But now in the recent 3-4 months, I've been very strict about my time, my social time, and my work time. So that has been kind of categorized well, and the time I give to people, like it's kind of limited. It's not very free, and I'm not spending hours with someone trying to make them feel better just to get that pressure on me in a way, and then all those things. So that's one of the things I kind of regret, not starting to do it in the beginning of the year itself. But it's fine, we learn and we move on. And then the third thing would be uh, not starting this YouTube channel in the earlier months, because I mean, I would really love to kind of rant and make vlogs, you know. So yeah, I mean, I had like lots of trips this year, so I have like lots of video clips. So the only reason I'm not actually creating that is because it's a lot of editing work, and I have to get this video out this weekend only. So I was like, let's make it short, let's keep it brief, let's make the editing part short, and that I'm just talking to you guys. But yeah, like one of the things is that if I started this channel earlier, I would have been like, as soon as a trip happens, I'm posting something. As soon as I go somewhere, some place in Pune, I would make a maybe small video about it. So that would have been convenient, right? So I think I regret not starting this channel as well. Yeah, so top three things are done. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, oh my god, did I get into the zone of going to regrets? Oh no. So yeah, that was a very personal video, I guess. I just hope you guys didn't mind. But if you like this video, please make sure to comment down your best thing that happened to you in 2022. Now you can write 5, 8, 10. I don't care. Maybe write down as many best things that happened to you in 2022, and also one of the things you kind of regret or wished it didn't happen in 2022. And I hope you all got through it very nicely, and taking care of your, and you guys are taking care of yourself as well. So yeah, ending this video on a very calming note, calming note. And yeah, I hope you guys had a great year, and I'm hoping to actually put out like some roundup of 2022 in a nice edited manner in the next time, in this month only, next time or something. But for now, I'm going to wind this up, and hope you like this video. So you know the drill, you like, share and subscribe, and you share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a great day or night, whichever time zone you're in.